Hey there, it's good to see you. Come join us as we take a walk around the perennial beds. This first bed here is brand new. I really don't know what I want to put in here yet, so there's not a lot to see. And then we head down past the oak tree to our first perennial beds here. All of these started with just a fruit tree with the basic mulch ring around it. And then I gradually expanded those, and then I ended up connecting two trees together and then three trees together until we ended up with three big perennial beds here. Most of the plants in here are perennials. A lot of them are fruit trees. We have incorporated other plants as companion plants, and then a lot of annuals that we pop in here so that we can increase the growing space to grow things for our family and our animals. Some plants, like the velvet beans here, were added as an experiment to see how they supported the other plants because they can add nitrogen back to the soil. They may be a food crop for us. I just have to do a little bit more research on that. As you can see, they are very, very productive. And then some plants have multi-purpose. We try to use the beds also, some of the open spaces for sowing some of our annuals, especially like our fall crops. And then sometimes nature plants things like that pecan tree down there. We also have multiple berries here and there. We have a big variety. There is a big diversity of plants in each bed, and not each bed is not planted exactly the same. The only things that are continuous throughout are the fact that we have chop and drop species planted along this back row. A lot of it is lemongrass. I am incorporating some other plants in there. As you'll see, there are calla lilies incorporated in there. We have tithonia, the Mexican sunflower. We do use some of the cassava for chop and drop. And then the pollinators really appreciate a lot of these plants as well. Some of the plants are planted because they do repel pests from our different fruit trees. Again, you see some bare areas because the annuals have died out, and we are just waiting for seeds to come up or waiting to sow them because we don't sow everything all at one time. We space them out so that we'll have crops coming in at different times. Some of these are experimental crops like the chaya there. We just started with that this year because it does have some special circumstances, some special ways you have to treat it and cook it before you can actually consume it. But we have enjoyed it so far, and we will probably continue to grow that one here. And as we keep going down through here, you will see there is some of the tithonia that we have started growing this year as well. And that one is mainly a chop and drop, although the pollinators do really, really like it. We have been chopping and dropping it and putting it in different places. So next year there may be a lot of tithonia, a lot of sunflowers. It does get very tall. It was probably 12 to 13 feet tall when I cut it down last week. Again, you see more lemongrass, and if you look down around the plants, you can see where we have done chops and drops and put the lemongrass and the different plants down, the different material down along there, so it just makes a mulch and it feeds the soil, which then feeds the plants, which then feed us. It's a perfect little combination there. This one right here is a finger lime, and we enjoy the tree, we enjoy the limes. The only problem are the thorns. They are very painful. So, word of caution, if you decide to get one of these, do not use the trimmings for chop and drop. Do not put them in your compost pile. Burn them. Burn them. That's the only way to keep from getting them into to your bare feet or your hands. Again, we have some more chaya there. Like I said, we've been planting more and more of it because we do really enjoy it, and it is full of vitamins and nutrients. We have roselle everywhere. It's just a very beautiful plant to look at. And then, oh, I just can't wait to get those figs. Fresh figs are so good. So, so good. We did have some cabbages planted in there, but I think the chickens got to most of them. This little tree right here, he got broke during a weed eating incident. So I am attempting to do some air layering as the branch is still very much alive. So we'll see how that experiment goes. Again, we do a lot of experimenting around here, just trying to see what works and what doesn't work. And you can see this lemongrass gets to like 6 feet tall, and I just cut it down not that long ago, and it doesn't even look like it's been cut. And all of this lemongrass actually started from just a couple of plants that I started from seed last year. And in the fall of last year, I took and separated those bunches out, and now we have lemongrass everywhere. These are the calla lilies. I don't use them so much for chop and drop at the moment because I'm trying to propagate them because they are beautiful and I just want more of them. This is just walking back up towards the house along the driveway there. And you can see Cheyenne loves coming out here. That is her little track there in the yard from where she rides her little car through here. It's just like a nature walk every single day. When you come out here, you see the birds, you see bees, you see butterflies. We have found so many interesting insects and animals out here. It's just amazing. I mean, it's almost like going to the zoo sometimes out here, the things that we see. And we have so many different wildlife that come and visit us, and wild birds that come in on their way, I guess, when they're flying south. They just stop in here. This is coming down between the fence line and the perennial beds. Our land has a slope, a gentle slope, but it slopes back towards the back of the house where there is a pond. So we run our chickens through here, and last year we ran the goats through here. So we have the chickens and tractors, and they move their way down through here, and then they will go around the front. But when it rains, it kind of washes all of that wonderful fertilizer, natural fertilizer, into the beds, and the beds catch the water and the fertilizer, which is great for all the plants there. I am constantly adding new planting areas. This one, I'll admit, is a little overgrown, but it will get cleaned up and it's doing really good. I really enjoy the way it looks right here. It looks better than just the plain fence did. This area right here was one of those experimental areas where I tried to plant corn, even though I knew it probably wasn't going to do very well. There's a lot of poor soil over here in this field. And as you can see the wood chips, but there's no corn. There's no remnants of corn anywhere in here. We do have a lot of pigeon pea and roselle and tithonia, a different tithonia that has grown up in here. And all of those are just adding nutrients back to the soil. So it wasn't necessarily a failed experiment. It just wasn't a good place for corn. But it was good for other things like these little fruit trees that we've put in here. And pigeon peas love it too. And if you're still watching this and you're enjoying it, could you please leave a butterfly or a bee emoji down in the comments just for fun? And then when we come through the gate, we're going to walk down where we had the kids' garden and the tomato jungle. We have a perennial bed. It was a long bed along the fence there. Earlier this year, we did put this pallet gate in to give us better access to get back and forth into the chicken run. I do need to add some chicken wire to this fence because the ducks can squeeze through it and the chickens and the geese can stick their heads through there and they de-leaf all of my little trees. It is so frustrating, but I should be able to get to that here pretty soon. This row I had intended for it to be a citrus hedge at the end of the garden. But as you can see, it has evolved. It is no longer just a citrus hedge. We are talking about possibly expanding the garden a little bit further down. Not sure if that's going to happen yet. This little sick looking tree just got transplanted recently. He's not very happy. Neither is that one right there. But my goal is to plant a line of trees down along this side of the garden, going all the way back. And then I also have a citrus and an olive up here in the front. I do need a fruiting bush suggestion to put over there by that trellis. This side of the garden kind of mirrors the other one where you have the trellis, you have the perennial area up front, and then there will be a line of trees coming down this side and a line of trees coming down the other side. So when you drive or walk through, there'll just be a canopy of trees above you. I think that will be beautiful. This is the horseshoe bed, which is also perennials. I designed it to catch water as this area kind of stays a little bit wet. And this back bed right there was designed like a hugelkultur bed. We do have grapes growing over both trellises in this side of the garden. This row coming up through here is a combination of citrus and blackberries. We have put annuals like mustard greens and stuff on the back side of this fence line during last year, and they did really well, so we might end up doing that again this year. We also used that side to plant just some random things that didn't have homes, so they were stuck in there for now. I have no idea how the loofah got there, but it's been very pretty this year. We have logs sitting out here and there. We call them our sitting spots. And sometimes when somebody is having a bad day or somebody just needs a break, myself included, we will just come out here and sit. And the butterflies will come visit us. The birds will come right up to you out here. You see all kinds of things just sitting out here. And something about being in nature just really helps to ground you. It really does. And it calms you down. Again, this is going back towards the gardens again. So we have just made a bit of a loop here. And we are walking away from the house again. This is the butterfly garden, which I have done some posts on that before. And I think I have another tour coming up from the butterfly garden. But as you can see, again, here is a bare area and it has been planted with Brussels sprouts. This is in the back. As you see, the blackberry fence line is over there to your left. These are the trellis beds we put in during the summer around Mother's Day. And then the greenhouse that we put in this past February or March. My husband had built that bed for me. He built both of the beds around the greenhouse. We have our worms there in the blue tote. And then over here I have pots. They might look a little bit weedy, but they have some trees in them that I just don't have homes for yet. And then this messy area is my herbs. And this was an herb bed during the summer. Some of the herbs are coming back, but right now I have it mostly planted with some little lettuces for salads this winter. And my daughter's yellow rose bush there that she loves and adores. This perennial area is on the other side of the house over near the chicken coop. If you've seen the other videos, you know that was a banana circle. It's becoming a banana circle again. And around this shed in the front, I have been making some planting areas for more perennials. One of the sheds in the back, I have started doing that as well. I just didn't get it in the video. It's not a whole lot to look at right now. This one right here looks a bit messy because I have not been here to clean it out, but I can assure you that there is a lot of food in this bed right here. There is a ton of stuff going on. Peaches, bananas, gingers, mulberries, sugar cane, all kinds of stuff. There's sweet potatoes in there, all kinds of stuff. But thank you for joining us, and I hope that this has inspired you in some way. So please remember to like and subscribe. May God bless you, and may your roots grow deep and your spirit stay nourished. See you again soon. Bye.